Mad. Untamed. I'ma feed 5-4 fun, money making animal. Don't put me in.
Yeah, purple haze all in my brain. Acting funny, but I don't know why. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ask Mad Show. I am Mad, your Duke of Tribal Kingdom, international man of leisure, the Caesar of the universal players, giving you the game on all things, man. And today, we feel good. Purple haze, all in my brain. You know what I mean? And if you feeling good like I'm feeling good, man, during that time period, the 1970s, man, 70s was a great, glorious time that I never got to see. I've only gotten to see pictures, art, music, stories. You dig what I'm saying? Not just the height of pimping and hoeing is the best thing going. You know what I mean? But just culture, American culture. I'm not even going to specify, really, because I think everybody was getting it in back in the 70s, man. Everybody was getting it in, doing their thing, whatever that was. Everybody was doing it, man. And I just can't help but think about a very, very 1970s centric song. Sing along if you know the words. You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. There ain't no telling who you might meet. A movie star, or maybe even a African chief at the car wash. Oh, talking about the car wash, yeah. Come on, give it up for me. Clap for me, goddamn. Car wash. Now, that song wasn't just a song. That song was attached to a whole movie called Car Wash. You dig what I'm saying? Now, they say it's starring Richard Pryor, but Richard Pryor really only had one slot in the movie. Low-key, the movie starring Bill Duke and old boy that played Lonnie. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know the brother's name. I know I should have did the research. I know I should have looked it up so I can have the brother's name, but that's how it is. It's internet, baby. So we doing everything on the fly. But check this here, man. Richard Pryor's in the movie. He's like the biggest name in the movie. And then that was Bill Duke's first appearance. Legendary film and movie producer and everything else in Hollywood. Bill Duke. You dig what I'm saying? Old boy from Predator. I'm going to have me some fun. So Bill Duke is probably low-key the main dude in the movie. You dig what I'm saying? And it's a whole host of other characters. Garrett Morris is in the movie. Legendary Hollywood African... not African, but Black American brother, you know what I'm saying? Garrett Morris. And he plays a character in the film, what's his name? Slide. He plays Slide. And then you got a couple other dudes, man. But two of my favorite characters in the whole movie is them right here. Sitting by my telephone, waiting for my woman to call. Na 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 na. I don't know what I did wrong. I just wait for she to come back. Na 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 na. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You know what I'm saying? They give him 5 on the back hand side. Like Fat Avenue. You did what I'm saying? The boy Floyd and Lloyd, you know what I'm saying? You got old boy TC, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no black Superman, man. I would be the first, not Superman. That square sucker Jack, boy, I be sharp, man. I had me a bad cake, man, you know what I'm saying? And everybody would dig me, man, because I'd be the fly. You did. You got the brother talking about he wanted to be the first black superhero, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And again, last but not least, you got Bill Duke's character, Abdullah, man. Abdullah wasn't no joke. Like, everybody in the movie, they funny. And Abdullah, he low-key funny. But he ain't telling no jokes. Abdullah sees. When you first see Abdullah, he ain't bullshitting. Abdullah come late. He came late to work. He don't care. They letting you know right off the back, this is the rebel. He came to work when he want to come to work. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody else then came in, got ready to go. They outside on the line washing cars. By the time Abdullah rolled in, now low key, you got the character that played Lonnie. He like the old head. Lonnie like the old wise nigga at work. He the one that tell you all the things that you need to know. And since this back in the 70s, everybody talk like Mr. T. So Lonnie talk like this. Hey, Abdullah, how's it doing? Hey, how you going? You know what I'm saying? So then you got the brother Hippo, the big dude. Hippo saw Lonnie earlier that morning, right? He say, peace, Lonnie, how you be, man? He say, I heard that. Man, I love the 70s, man. These was the coolest people in the world to me, you know what I'm saying? But back to Abdullah, man. Abdullah is the rebel, you know what I'm saying? He the one that is the quote-unquote revolutionary brother. Now, they often make fun of this person, the revolutionary brother, especially in today, so much that back in, like, I want to say really the 90s and 2000s, they really turned the revolutionary brother into a punchline, into a joke. But back then in the 70s, the revolutionary brother wasn't no joke. You dig what I'm saying? But they would use propaganda to kind of steer you away from that. And this movie ain't no different. You dig what I'm saying? And the revolutionary brother of old is no more. There's no more revolutionary brother. He has been ridiculed out of existence. You dig? Now, whether it's the Wayans brothers with In Living Color and even Don't Be a Menace, where they talk about the brother man who's in jail and he's prophesizing about the philosophy of the egg roll. And see, what y'all don't understand, man, is that you got to get the wisdom out the cat's paw and then stick it in his butt. Like, knowledge. Message. Like, they ridiculed him. You know what I'm saying? Even like, what's old boy say? What's up, young blood? Swine, my brother. What'd he say? He said, if you steal from a man, what'd he say? Now, if you hit a man, you can do something. And if you steal from a man, you can get back what you stole. Even today with Buddy on Instagram, Burn Poe, he do the Dr. Umar lick, but he low-key doing he talking like crazy, making ridicule of the revolutionary brother. You know what I'm saying? And so after all these comedians, all of this, it's funny, you make the kids think that that man is a joke. You make the kids think that not only that's not somebody to be respected, but that's not somebody to look up to. And a lot of them quote-unquote revolutionary kind of brothers turn to drugs because of the game, the system, the United States of America, homie. This America, man. This place ain't no joke. You did? They took them revolutionary brothers and grinded them down, made their own people point and laugh. And these is the people who not only got a plan for themselves, trying to help you. They not here for glory. They don't care about jewelry. They don't care about fancy things. They want freedom for you, fool. Did it for you, fool. They want freedom for you. But not no more. He gone. So if you see somebody on that type of time now, he probably trying to get some money out you. If he asks you for some money, and you know the revolution must be what they be saying, the revolution must be funded, brother. Don't give that nigga no money. Get the rev in his hands. No, that brother's gone. That's the Fred Hamptons of the, you know what I'm saying, of that time. You know what I mean? The Huey P. Newtons, you know, some stuff out there about that. But you get the point that I'm making. The revolutionary brother is gone. And seeing that this is the Ass Man show, I just got a question. What was the purpose of the revolutionary brother? Because it wasn't to be ridiculed and a punchline or a joke. Like, the revolutionary brother definitely had a purpose. And we're going to use this movie Car Wash to break down what that is. You dig what I'm saying? And I want to use some scenes from the movie to kind of do this. You know what I'm saying? So let's pull up some scenes from the movie Car Wash with the brother Abdullah so we can look into exactly, you dig what I'm saying, his role was in the film, the role of the revolutionary brother. Give me a second here. So, the first clip that we're going to watch has to do with the car wash owner. Now, the car wash owner is Mr. B. He got a son, Erwin. Hey, Erwin, stop that horsing around, Erwin. He got a son, Erwin. Erwin is a white boy with so much privilege that he's confused. You know what I'm saying? He's got this successful father, sending him to school, lead college, all this mess, and he's quoting Mao Zedong, "Workers of the world unite." And I want to be a working man. He don't want to be a rich businessman like his daddy. He wants to be a working man with the people. You know what I'm saying? He fancies himself some type of savior and or a comrade. He thinks he believes in what they struggle is, and not only does he believe in it, he wants to be a part of it for some reason. And he's standing out there talking to the brothers. Now, it is a white boy that work here at this car wash, but he don't wash none of the cars. To be honest with you, I don't know what the white boy do. They show it somewhere in the movie. I think he pumped gas or some shit like that. I think that's what he do. I think he pumped, gas, but he not working on the line with the brothers and them. He not really doing that there. So what you're going to see is Erwin kind of talking to Abdullah about revolution, and we're going to get Abdullah's response.
Wayne, I mean, Abdullah, you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, you know where I'm coming from. Revolution is the
You want to pick my brain, right?
Right.
I'm gonna let you. You know that revolution you keep talking about all the time? When it happens, and it's gonna happen, then you're gonna be working here for real and not just playing around, splashing in the water. You understand? We get a chance to run your white ass, and y'all get a chance to sing "We Shall Overcome" in Chinese.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, he always going on about some Chinese philosophy. And see, that look on Erwin's face is a look of complete shock and confusion. Now, you see the way Erwin got his hair. He got it all kinked up in the afro, and you didn't see the introduction to Erwin at the beginning. You got to watch the movie Car Wash 1976. The introduction to Erwin is you got the black, old head out there shining shoes. We're going to see him later. We're going to talk about him later. But you got the old brother out there shining shoes. And he say, "Morning, Snapper." That's what Mr. B said to him. His name is Snapper. He said, "Morning, Mr. B." And so here come Erwin. "Morning, Erwin." Erwin say, the old black man said, "I don't know that one." He say, "Lay back, baby. I'll catch you later." So they already showing you Erwin is a little bit of he's a nitwit. Like he a little special, you know what I'm saying? And how he acting and whatnot. But a lot of y'all act like that, low key. A lot of y'all act like that. Where y'all want to say some hip jive thing to the black man. "Hey, what's up, man?" And woo at the band. And that was back then. So you would get the old goofy white boys who dance like this. Dance like old boy from what that was. Old boy was on the joint. Old boy on B Street. He was on the joint. Anyway, y'all dance like that, but then y'all got sons, and y'all sons be like, "Yeah, what up, bro? What up, G? What up, G? That's the G white boy. Yo, 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 yo." Y'all are Erwin, low key. Let's get back to the scene.
I'm so tired of you running off at your mouth. Is getting me down, honey. Why don't you just leave and be an assassin?
Look, they laugh.
What's the only thing you're good at shooting off is your big mouth.
Would you please get out of my face, you sorry-looking faggot?
Yeah, look out.
Who are you calling sorry looking?
Can't you all see that she ain't funny? She's just another poor example of how the system has of destroying our men.
Honey, I am more man than you'll ever be, and more woman than you'll ever get.
Two looking blood. Oh, man. So, look, you can see it's a lot going on right there. See, the revolutionary brother not only checked the hip to the hop, the wanna-be down white boys, but he also checked some of the confused brothers and told them straight up, like, y'all see what this is. Now, that's another reason why the revolutionary brother ain't really allowed to be around. The revolutionary brother will say stuff like that, and in today's society where it's offensive to ask questions or to, give your opinion when people's feelings about something don't necessarily align with the reality of the world we live in. And is it to the detriment of the world? Because to have one, you can't have the other. Back then, you had the revolutionary brother and you had, I don't know, I can't really say what that other brother is because, again, there's so many different prefixes and suffixes and pronouns and unnouns and do nouns and both. I don't know what to say, so I just say the person right there. And you can't have both of them in the same space. Back then, you could. And today, we allow one, but we don't allow the other. Now, you decide which one that is. Which one do we allow out of those two in today's world that we don't allow in today's world? But back then, both of them were able to coexist, as you can see, because the other brothers that were standing around didn't take no hard line or nothing. They saw two people having a disagreement, whatever it was. You dig what I'm saying? But he wasn't even talking to that person. He was talking to Erwin. You know what I mean? But you can get the point of what the revolutionary brother is kind of doing. And now we gotta check out some other scenes from the revolutionary brother. You dig? Because he had another scene that was very, very, very important. And we're about to go to it right now. Now, this is where he comes into contact with Richard Pryor's character. Daddy Rich, ever since I've been following you. Let's watch this, y'all.
Daddy Rich, ever since I've been following you, I got a new house and a color TV.
Well, I'll be down. And a color TV. Uh-oh.
Why don't you tell everybody how you got so rich, Daddy Rich? Mm-hmm. This is one nigga you ain't fooling, brother. I mean, I'm hip to the game you running down these people here.
Uh-oh.
What can I do for you, brother?
Oh, the same thing you're doing for everybody else. Nothing.
Man, look out. Hold on, man. Look out. First off, can we just acknowledge how fly Richard Pryor is sitting in that chair, man? Now, I am the international man of leisure, so you done seen me somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? Walking around with my cane, man. Maybe you saw me in a real fly snazzy restaurant. You dig what I'm saying? Having me a bite to eat and a light drink. You dig what I'm saying? Sipping on some yak. Or, again, you might have just saw me walking down the street, you know what I mean, doing my thing. And the cane is all set to be. But you see what's going on right here even. Abdullah is challenging everything. You know what I'm saying? He's challenging Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? And how everybody's crowding around him. And he's going to get into detail as to exactly what it is that he wants to challenge.
I guess you don't believe my church. The Church of Divine Economic Spirituality.
Yeah, that's right. I don't believe in it.
And you don't believe in God.
Not your guy.
My God's doing all right by me.
Me too. Hold on. I almost said so. We're not going to disrespect the sisters. You know what I'm saying? The Wilson sisters, some of the finest women you ever want to meet. We're not going to disrespect them because we don't know nothing about them. Going to talk about them. Now, we're not going to disrespect the sisters, but see, you got that there. Those who use religion, you dig, and use people's spirituality against them, you dig, turn their desire or their need for spiritual connection to their creator in terms of profit, and basically uses whatever it is at his disposal, charisma, charm, obviously, in the gospel, and talk about his church and his God. And you see Abdullah being astute, he must be a well-learned brother. You know what I'm saying? He must be somebody who thinks critically, thinks for himself, for him to not to denounce this fella's God, because he said, you must not believe in God. He said, no, not your God. And what they say, my God's doing all right by me. Me too. Let's finish the scene.
On board and believe in me. And for a small fee, I'll set you free near the God to thee.
Man, look out. Look at the hoe. Y'all see the hoe?
Have money and not to need it, then they need it not to have it.
Man, look out. Man, I'm feeling what he's saying.
There's a good
place in this world for money.
Where?
Yes, sir. And I know where it is.
Where is
it's
it?
right here in my pocket.
Man, I'll be damned.
Hey, give me some.
You talking just like a pimp.
Hold on, y'all heard that? Let's take it back. We can go backwards.
And I know where it is. It's right here in my pocket. Hey, give me some.
You talking just like a pimp.
Uh-oh. Now, you heard how he was just laying that game real cold like that there. You know what I'm saying? He got the flowing. Even I was rolling with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, they patterning him. It's a fella named Reverend Ike. I'm not finna go into detail about Reverend Ike, but y'all do your research on Reverend Ike. Reverend Ike said, I can't help the poor if I'm one of you. You dig what I'm saying? Only way I can help you is if I get up out of this shit, then I can reach down and help you. But I can't help you if I'm one of you. Now, Abdullah, he ain't got no financial plan. He got a plan that involves literally changing the world as we know it. Changing life as they know it, and they comfortable in their life. You got these different characters, but they come from different backgrounds, and they all got different goals, different aspirations, different things that they want, different wants, needs, and desires. You know what I'm saying? TC want to be with Mona. Mona, baby, TC. And apparently he wants to be a superhero. The Fly. You dig what I'm saying? Floyd and Lloyd want to go to Hollywood. They entertainers. Sitting by my telephone, working at the car wash to get some money. In the meantime, they practicing their routine. Not just in the locker room, they practicing it while they washing cars. That one was on the thing with the water, he say. When the car wash, that one say, they practicing. They got their hustle on. You know what I'm saying? Lonnie is an ex-convict. His kids come visit him, and the parole officer come up there, shut the whole show down. You know what I'm saying? He say, hey, man, don't be coming up here while I'm up here with my kids. I'm just doing my job. So what Abdullah is talking about, he sees everybody in their strife, and he's saying, man, we got to go get the man. Because the man is the reason why all of us are in the predicament that we in. You see what I mean? And he's showing it in different ways, showing different things that are tools to be utilized in order to keep the black man down or the people to a certain degree. It's not necessarily to choke you to death and you can't breathe. No, but it's to keep you at a certain level, a glass ceiling. You can never rise above. And a lot of stuff that's going on today with a lot of these young brothers today, this 2026, ain't no reason why it's unexplained murders and things that's going on with these young brothers, and people still have such vitriol and nasty things to say. But you don't have an Abdullah today. You got a Umar. And I ain't gonna bap. Umar is on the same type of time Daddy Rich on. So the revolutionary brother, while he's here denouncing and challenging the fella who's using spirituality for profit, he eventually becomes him in real life. He done caught him. Answer him, Lord. That came bad.
Answer him, Lord.
You know why? Because he's a revolutionary.
He's a revolutionary.
He must be leading a bunch of fools.
Bunch of fools.
Disrespect women he don't even know. Wilson's sister's some of the finest women you ever want to meet. He don't know nothing about them. If I wasn't a Christian man, I'd probably be kicking in your ass.
I'd be kicking in your ass if I wasn't a Christian.
Drop on down, brother.
Look, he want all the smoke. Abdullah want all the smoke. The man ain't ducking nothing. Oh, bro, what is you talking about, boy? Y'all would have ducked y'all. Abdullah ain't ducking no smoke, boy. He said, chop on down, brother, on my daddy. Fuck is you talking about?
I'm gonna drop on down with a bit of light.
With a bit of light.
Make him apologize.
Make him apologize, sisters. They finna get you, boy. You in trouble. He gonna put them women's on you.
I shall not be moved.
I shall not.
Like a tree planted by the water.
He gave that brother some money. Y'all keep watching. I'm gonna let this whole scene run. Y'all see where that money ends up. Go ahead, get him, y'all. See, they all got on white except the one. She the bottom, bro. That's the special one. The other ones, they got to get their weight up. Look at them fools. They like, no. You gonna listen. You gonna stay right there and listen. See, the brother got respect. The revolutionary brother ain't like the shorties out here. Well, not me. Look at Floyd and Lloyd. Look at Jimmy. I think that's named Jimmy. The way you go ahead, wave your flag. Stop the river. Look how she did. Why she doing like that, Joe? She say your revolution. Hey, they getting down, Joe. Look at Blood. He know what time it is. You come bring that hat around, boy. Look at Daddy Rich talking to that hoe. Daddy Rich pimping, Jack. He talking to that hoe. He know what's going on, Jack. He finna get that paper up out of it. Then sister set you free. All right, now she look like my auntie. She look like my auntie Linda. I ain't gonna lie to you. We used to be cracking jokes with my brother and talking about look on Linda. God bless the dead. God bless you, auntie. Look, she bad. I ain't gonna lie. Take a look at yourself. Stop ridiculing everybody. Man, they cold, Jack. Look at Floyd and Lloyd. He just standing there like, man, they done pulled it, Joe. You see, he ain't been. He know what's happening. Look, he looking like they done pulled it. He looking like, look, they got him. Look at Daddy Rich. If you wanna. Man, that's somebody auntie for real, Joe. I promise to you. I ain't lying. That's somebody auntie for real, Joe. On everything. That's crazy. That's crazy, Joe. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, like, it's right here. Look at the revolutionary. You still couldn't get them. And look at the fools. Look at all the fools. They fell for the singing and dancing and the world needs changing. You better stop. Take a look at yourself. Stop ridiculing everybody. Oh, you got to believe in something. Why not believe in me? Why don't you let the Wilson sister set you free? Man, that's bad. I don't care what nobody talking about, man. You can't do it. All right. You better get over there with that fat bitch. Like, that's bad. Man, let E40 describe what just happened right there. Smell me. He gonna tell you like I just told you. That was bad, homie. I'm trying to tell you, Jack. That was something else right there. Oh, yeah, that was something else right there. Wilson sisters. Man, look out. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Now, we got one more scene with young Abdullah. I come for the money. Now, throughout this whole movie, you dig? Abdullah been trying to put the people up on game. Through the whole movie, he trying to put everybody up on game. And ain't nobody listening. Well, nobody pay no attention. Fuck wrong with y'all? And Abdullah ended up getting fired. That's right. The white boy said, this your last day, but he ain't fire him in his office. He ain't do it straight up. He gave him a little note in the thing. Hey man, you firing me? I don't need your stinking office. You fire me right here. He got to say so. He said, no, you listen to me. You understand? He let him know this ain't over. You dig? And Lonnie intervened. Lonnie tried to help him, you know what I'm saying? The white boy, he intervened, and Abdullah took this as like the utmost disrespect. Abdullah took that like the utmost betrayal. He done betrayed him. He protecting the one that's doing everybody bad, and the reason why he just got fired, and Lonnie claimed to want to help Abdullah. So let's go to the last clip. Now we got Lonnie in there counting the bread up, seeing what's up. Here come Abdullah. Abdullah decided that he gonna take matters into his own hands. And low key, he pulling one of Lonnie moves because Lonnie he ain't telling, but Abdullah know that Lonnie went to jail for a robbery. At least I ain't bust the head no gas station attendant. When you just lay off me and my friends. Because Lonnie was trying to tell Abdullah, like, look, man, you falling in with the wrong crowd. These revolutionary dudes gonna get you in trouble. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I understand where he was coming from. But low key, if you really think about it, especially back then, what they was going through, it's not like that today. And it's more indirect and subtle. And honestly, like, it's not even worth the hassle, to be real with you. But back then, it was a lot different. And it's real cowardly. I understand survival. Like, you got so many different opinions and theories, and everybody gonna say something different. Everybody gonna say something different. Everybody gonna say, no, man, survival is the ultimate, strength and all this and that, and But anyway, Abdullah had enough, man, and this what it came down to, man. Check this out, man.
Oh, say, Abdullah, what you doing here? Hey, man, I'm glad you come back, though. Look here, I'm gonna have a talk with Mr. B in the morning. Straighten out that whole mess.
I didn't come here to talk, Lonnie.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
I came for the money.
I came for the money. Well, I don't know why that's funny.
Abdullah.
That's chump change, man.
You're gonna have to use that piece.
I am, huh?
Uh-oh. Don't get tough, old man.
You was a house nigga for Mr. B.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting him this afternoon, and now you're protecting his money.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
See, Abdullah was betrayed by Lonnie in his mind, man. He like, why would you protect him, you know what I'm saying, instead of protecting me? You dig? And now you're protecting his money, which he is. Because he just told you, I ain't come here for you. I came for the money. Let him take the money. He say, well, you're going to have to shoot me. You got to use that piece, man. Why? It ain't your money. What you think? Well, he already know what's going to happen. They're going to think he in on it. This is what I'm saying. That's all of this boils down to, quote unquote, necessary evils. But
man, I don't give a shit about Mr. B's money. I'm protecting you. That's chump change, man. What you gonna do with it? You gonna buy you a revolution? You gonna solve all your problems?
You just give me the money, man.
Man.
You and I both know the jails are full of thousands of young men just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you really want? Come on, man.
Come on.
Give me the gun.
Give it to me. Uh-oh. He ain't playing with you. Uh-oh.
I don't want to kill you, Lonnie.
He don't want to kill you. Just move out the way.
Abdullah. You don't have to.
Then move. You ain't got to get shot. What are you talking about?
Give me the gun, man.
He just told you. He's not giving you the gun. See, he know Abdullah trust him. Look at Abdullah. He don't want to break. You ain't broke all movie. You been strong. Don't brew it. Don't do it. Don't break. Stay strong, man. Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, come on. Oh, yeah.
She done hugged the nigga to death. Okay, that's no. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this bullshit. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this anymore. But that's what happened to the revolutionary brother in this film. And this film is a representation of real life. They were ridiculed, ignored, challenged for people's sexual preferences and their, aspirations. And at the very end, the older generation ultimately told them to tuck their tails and bow your heads. Now, in my opinion, the revolutionary brother was a response to the warmonger Bigot. See, there's a warmongering bigot that walks the planet. Everybody knows. You dig what I'm saying? And they like to come with fancy little words for them, Karens, colonizers, whatever. But honestly, man, they're just bigots. You know what I mean? And warmongering bigots they were multiple back then. You don't really have them today. They the old generation that's dying out. You know what I'm saying? Some of them old politicians. But when you go to any gas station or you go to a restaurant and you see an old white man just staring at you. Like, I was a little boy. I was 15 years old. I had a job at McDonald's. Yeah, that's right, McDonald's. And I worked at this McDonald's in a place called Street, Illinois, where I went to school at. And I remember one day I had to clean the lobby, man. And it's these white folks that used to always sit in the lobby. They sit out there and drink coffee. They wear overalls. They sit like this because they were big and fat. They just be sitting there. And so they send their wives to order the coffee. You know what I'm saying? They're more palatable. But they would just sit there, and they come every day, man. Bullshit you not. And one day I'm out there cleaning the lobby, and this white boy just looking at me. I mean, he is focused on me, man. Everywhere I go, man, I was doing this. He was just, I'm like, ain't nobody behind me. Damn, he looking at me. I mean, I literally did all this. I was like wiping, wax on, like the Lil' Kim dance and shit. And I went and told my supervisor at the time, which is a white boy. Now, I'm 15, 16 years old. This white boy, like 23, 24, but he looks 40. I'm talking about beard, receipt, like the whole shit, right? And I was like, hey, man, white dude out there staring at me, man. I give him the whole spiel. And so he go out there. Oh, I'm going to go out there. So he go out there, right? I don't know what the man said or nothing, but he come back, he say, I went out there and I told him, what, you got a problem with a black man working here? You'd have thought he went out there and knocked him out or something. You'd have thought he went out there, gave him a wedgie, you know what I'm saying, smacked him on the side of his head. He just went out there and asked him something that, for all intents and purposes, was rhetorical. Why would you even ask him that? And did you ask him that? Because they came back tomorrow and he was the next day. So I said, I ain't cleaning the lobby no more. I'll be in the back taking orders in the drive-through. Drive-through helmets look just like this, too. You got to press a little button on the side. Anyway. There's not so many warmongering, bigoted white boys today in that same look, that same character. That's more so they granddaddy them and they uncle them. And low-key, they look cousins. Now, the ones that grew up with us, the millennial generation, and maybe some of the Gen Zs, some of them, most of the Gen X, they out of here. They know what time it is. And a lot of the millennials, too, they out of here. They know what time it is. And one thing that's infamous, but it's never spoken of, is the expiration date. It's like milk. Yeah? Everybody gets an expiration date when they no longer intermingle interracially with black friends, white friends, so on and so forth. In order for that to happen, one has to compromise themselves. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm saying is one has to compromise themselves for the other group, because this is the way it's going. This is what you're doing. This is what I want you to do. This is the way it's going. This is what we wanted to do. And it ain't. No matter what you want, either from your black friends or from your white friends, you have to know that at some point, y'all go like this. And some do it gladly. They swim over to it. Some do it begrudgingly. They got to be dragged over there to it. And a lot of the times when the ones got to be dragged over there, they rush back. And it's on both sides. It's not just the white ones that rush back to the black crowd. It's a lot of black ones that rush back over to the white crowd. And in order to do that, they have to compromise themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's when you get the girls that say, yeah, G, and they got long fingernails and they talk like black girls and they be doing this and stuff. They've compromised. You know what I'm saying? Or you got the white boys that wear his hat to the side and throw up gang signs and all like that. They're compromised. Or you got the Negro that goes over there and his shirt's buttoned all the way up to here and he talks like this and, hi, how you doing? Like, even on a house party when old boy was like this. Dean Kramer. You got them, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Anyway, y'all get the point. Now, they could potentially turn into those bigoted warmongers, but they won't. Not necessarily. They just are aware of the expiration date. They fancy themselves as better than their granddaddies, better than their uncles. They think they better. You dig what I'm saying? But there's a lot of habits and whatnot that gets that gets left unsaid, it gets swept under the rug because it's not worth the hassle. And then on the other side, again, you don't have any revolutionaries anymore. They are gone, completely obliterated. And so as far as they are concerned, that warmonger and bigot was already doing this thing. The revolutionary brother was in response to that. But because of all the ridicule, the ignorance, and at the end, the older generation letting him down and telling him to tuck his tail and bow his head, he has been extinct. He has been extinguished, neutralized, no longer here. But the warmongering bigot isn't off the hook because the soy boys is after him. The blue-haired booty bandits, those who prefer drugs, iced coffee, and gender-neutral sex. The panhandlers, no, not panhandlers, the pansexuals, the pan people, yeah, them. They fancy themselves as being better than the warmongering bigots, even if it's their own. And they are trying to get them up out of here. You dig what I'm saying? So they may or may not live on, but they are in danger. The revolutionary brother gone. The people completely got rid of that. You dig what I'm saying? And the ones who pretend to have compassion for us, but in reality see us as feeble-minded people who are too dumb to know what's good for them. The useful idiots. Right? Those are the soy boys, and the soy boys will have their day. They have been having their way, and the white mongering bigot is looking forward to their great grandchildren correcting things. And you got a lot of people out here who are, I won't say leading the charge, but their rhetoric would definitely be used for that sort of revolution. You dig? It won't be from our side. It'll be from their side, but it will be perpetrated against each other. They always teasing the Civil War. Well, you do realize that the Civil War was white folks fighting white folks. The Civil War wasn't white folks fighting black folks. We were already conquered at that point. Yes, black folks did join in to the Union Army. The 54th Regiment of Massachusetts was one of them, right? Buffalo Soldiers, you dig? But there were also those who fought for the Confederacy who were illusioned or preferred that way of life. You still got them today. They got fancy names for them. And they always teasing about a civil war today as if it's going to be black versus white. It won't. It'll be white versus white. It'll be the soy boy booty bandits versus the warmongering bigots. And it was a stalemate the first time. You know what I mean? The soy boys wasn't soy boys back then. They were men. They were the Wall Street crowd. You dig? The yuppies. And they had people who were willing to fight for them. And the soy boys and the yuppies are kind of together against the warmongering bigots. And my question is, how does the disavowal of the revolutionary brother and the warmongering bigot help everyday Americans? Right? Because the revolutionary brother was ridiculed and ejected, and the warmongering bigots they're an endangered species by their own. And I just want to know, how has that helped everyday American people? How has that helped any of us? Like, has it made life better for us? You know what I'm saying? Did the neutralization of those who kick up dust and ask hard questions make our country a better place to live? Is it more prosperous? Is it more safe? You dig? Is it leading to more ingenuity? Are we inventing things? You know, are we improving the quality of life for people? Peace on earth, right? I'm not sure, because now politicians don't have to answer to people. Like, the politicians don't have to answer to anybody except for their donors. The donor class, they talk about them, the Epstein class, you dig? The Muriel Adelsons and people like that there. And you just had a senator pass away, Lindsey Graham. If you don't know who Lindsey Graham is, look him up. He's very pro-Israel, very much hooked in with the quote-unquote neocons. Neocon is a term for a neoconservative, which is like the new Republican Party. And neoconservatism, look at it like neo-soul. It's almost like a rejuvenation, but it's different. It's like 2.0, you dig? And the question that I ask is, did the warmongering bigot keep the political class on their toes? Like, did they keep them in line to not go too crazy and backstab the people? Because back then, man, you had a president such as Andrew Jackson, who was referred to as the president of the common man. You dig what I'm saying? You got FDR, who did a lot of things to improve life for a lot of people. And I'm just wondering that after the assassination of Kennedy, because that's what they love to talk about, I'm just wondering, is that why they say he was the last great president? Is because at that point, what happened in the 60s wasn't just revolutionary for no reason. You know what I mean? The 60s changed America as they knew it. I never was there, so I don't know it to be anything. I just know from the research. And I believe that warmongering bigot had a lot to do with how the country was ran back then. And after that sort of, I don't even know what you call it, because they would assassinate politicians all the time. You know, Abraham Lincoln, another famous president who got murked. And then all the other presidents who basically had to do what they was told, you know what I mean? Because the government was so corrupt at the time. And I believe the warmongering bigot had something to do with that corruption. And the revolutionary spirit of the revolutionary brothers of the 60s completely changed the dynamics of this country, man, to which it has never returned. Now, people want to complain about MAGA and Make America Great Again. They're talking about pre-1960s, but it wasn't good for all of y'all. It wasn't. The warmongering bigot didn't just have his boot on black folk neck. He had his boot on poor white folk necks. And the only thing that white folks ever cared about was the fact that they were a step above us. And so you have some poor ignorant, can't read and write, barefoot, tobacco chewing, smell like grease and bacon tell you, well, at least I ain't a nigger. And that's better than being you. So they wasn't treating them right either. And this is after the Civil War I'm talking about. It got nothing to do with the Civil War, which y'all love to bring up all the time. But I'm just wondering if at that time, politicians were doing things that were more fair for the people when it was time, when it was caused to. And those who didn't have what the Carnegies and the Rockefellers and them had, they were fine with it so much as long as they were treated better than black folk. And they could do anything they wanted to do to a black person and wouldn't, there would be no justice. You dig? There would be no prosecution. And that's how they blew off steam. Well, the 1960s changed all of that. I mean, as far as it being legal and illegal, right? And putting laws on the books that help everyday Americans, people that aren't even from this country, are able to benefit from the laws and things that were changed during the 1960s. That was led by the Revolutionary Brother, who was in response to the warmongering bigot. Without the warmongering bigot, you have no need for the Revolutionary Brother. And so to quiet down the Revolutionary Brother, not only through ridicule and everything else, the warmongering bigot had to be looked at as, well, that's them, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's my family, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's my uncle, they're ignorant, they're from a different time, they're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants that Revolutionary Brother to pop his head up again, the country would change again. But sad to say, the Revolutionary Brother is gone and he ain't coming back. Because the people are in worse shape. But just going back to the warmongering bigot, you know what I'm saying, and the history of political assassinations in this country, who take issue with a politician not behaving in a desired manner, they knew how to correct it. And the politicians today who take money from the donor class neglect the common man in favor of policies that hurt everyday Americans. You dig? Whatever it is that their donors want them to do, whatever it is that foreign entities who have paid and funded their campaigns want them to do, that shall be done. You dig? And it's to the point where even somebody like Thomas Massey loses his congressional seat because the donors say, this is what we want. If you won't do it, we'll find somebody who will. And you don't have that warmongering bigot. He's old now. You dig? His sons and nephews and grandkids and whatnot, they don't have it in them because that Generation X was something else. Not just them boomers, because them boomers, they had it too. That was they daddies in them. So they was them little kids at the picnics where they pick a nigga to kill and then hang them and burn them. They was the ones standing beneath them pointing and smiling. So that's the boomers. But the Gen X, why you think it's called Gen X? You dig? The Gen X had a whole different thing because they grew up in the 70s. So they grew up with purple haze all in my brain. You dig? They grew up idolizing people like Jimi Hendrix. They grew up listening to the blues and idolizing those famous guitar players, Chuck Berry. You dig what I'm saying? B.B. King, even Lil Richard. So they wasn't put under that same spell. You dig? And then they had us, the millennials. And again, us playing, like our parents, like I remember I told my pop, I was talking to my pops about some of my white boy friends that I had in high school and whatnot. And I was talking about one of them in particular. And when I was talking about it, he said, so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm like, who is that? He was like, nah, it's nobody. It's just a white boy I was cool with in high school too. I was like, you had a white friend? Like, I was completely flabbergasted. He was like, yeah. Because I had never seen my father with a white dude. Never seen my father with a white boy in no way, shape, or form. Didn't hang out with him. They didn't come by the house. They didn't come by the neighborhood. Never seen it. So I was aghast to learn that my father had a white friend in high school. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Gen X. But that separation, that expiration date. So here we are, millennials. We like to fancy ourselves as better. Maybe the friendships last a little longer. Maybe there are times where we are able to get together post-high school, post-college. But for the most part, things kind of settle in. Like when you have a smoothie or a juice, and if you don't shake it up, all of those stuff settle at the bottom. So you got to shake it back up for it to be right again. Well, that's kind of how our friendships are. And you don't have necessarily that warmongering bigot. You dig what I'm saying? And maybe they not soy boys, so to speak, but at the same time, they don't have that same level of influence and they can't really affect change. And you see it. You see it with some of the podcasters, Tucker Carlson, Tim Dillon. You know what I'm saying? These political podcasters who can't agitate the public enough for them to take action. Yeah, they'll get on X. They'll get on Twitter and talk crazy. They'll get on Facebook and complain and say things. They'll even march alongside black folk. Will you believe it? Ain't that a pip? They'll even march on the side of black folk, but in reality, them politicians not for to do what y'all want them to do. You know why? Because there are no more revolutionary brothers. And those warmongering bigots are so old, and they got their money. They ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? They the ones still taking care of their sons and grandsons. Ain't that a funny thing? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, y'all like my grandpa somebody to death. Y'all like grandpa them to death, but at the same time, don't like them because you know they bigoted. Don't like them because you know they racist. But at the same time, how is they able to not only take care of themselves, take care of their wife, take care of your daddy and them, and now take care of you? And at the time where they was coming up, the politicians, for the most part, did what they wanted them to do. Otherwise, they was on the wrong end of a shotgun. And who do you think was also dressing up in them robes? It wasn't just hillbilly farmers. You did. It was barbers. It was lawyers. It was governors. It was mayors. It was sheriffs that would put them Klan robes on and come terrorize you in the middle of the night. So the warmongering bigot was the law. The warmongering bigot was the politician. And they still are there. You still got them. They all old and passing away now. But they don't have nobody really, ready to take their spot. What they do have are the soy boys, the blue-haired bandits who think black people are too feeble-minded to think for themselves. They know what's best for us. You dig? And they know what's best for everybody else. They're the ones who are opening up borders and bringing in a bunch of people who can't speak the language. It's not bad that people want a better life for themselves and want to take care of their families. But if you will not assimilate, because they had them back then, they didn't have that many. You know what I'm saying? They had a bunch of Ellis Island European immigrants that came over. Everybody know who they are. They the main ones mad that you got Hispanics coming. You did. You had the Italians. You had the Polish, excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. You had the Italians. You had the Polish. You had the Jews. You had the Irish. You dig? You had a bunch of European immigrants that came, and they were able to assimilate into America. They was able to assimilate into Americanism. And now you got them today, you wouldn't know that they was from somewhere else. You wouldn't know that they grandmamas and great-grandmamas wasn't born in this country. Whereas my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great was born here in this country. But there was some warmongering bigots who great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great was also here born in this country. And again, that's why you had that symbiotic relationship between the warmongering bigot and the revolutionary brother. You dig? And they don't really galvanize the public too well. And all you got to do is go watch Tucker Carlson and Tim Dillon. And you will see, because those are two different kind of white boys. Tucker Carlson, down south, white boy from Virginia, I believe, I'm not mistaken. A Vox News alumni, was, hired and fired by Vox News, had the highest rated show on TV, doing his Vox News broadcast. A somewhat, like I would say, a competent journalist. I can't say how thorough he is, but Tucker puts out some information. He do some very exclusive interviews, some groundbreaking interviews, and I pay attention to what he's saying. I want to know what he's saying. And then you got the other side of that, which is Tim Dillon. I believe Tim Dillon is a part of the LGBT community. I think he's a gay man. Nothing wrong with that. And you won't see him doing nothing, physically demanding or what have you. You know what I'm saying? He's not that type. Wears sunglasses and hats and things of that nature. And not too much, in my opinion, from what I know, taking hard lines on things, even though they will hint at them. Because they feel the same way. These are all family. These people are family. You know what I'm saying? Just like the revolutionary brother and the ignorant, dumb street gangbanger are in the same family, the soy boy and the warmonger Bigot is in the same family. They are related. You dig? And so it's not a stretch for these two people to coexist or for them to be around at the same time. Where the revolutionary brother has been extinguished. They don't exist. You got the Umars, the scammers, and then you got the ones who have low confidence and they use it as a way to get women. You know what I'm saying? They'll use the quote-unquote revolution or black love. That's what you see the dudes calling everybody kings and queens. What's up, king? What's up, queen? You're not a revolutionary, brother. You're trying to get sexual access to somebody, and you're using the same tricks that Daddy Rich used, except at least you can see him coming. And I see y'all coming. I ain't gonna I'm gonna do a whole show on you lames, man. I'm going to do a whole show on you lames, you know what I'm saying? You professional time wasters and stallers, not serious about nothing. I'm going to do a whole show on y'all. But y'all would try to feign revolution. Y'all would try to act like y'all down for something. But in reality, you're not. You're a joke. You're not serious. You're not prepared. And everything to you revolves around when y'all get to go to bed. Because you're not really trying to be out here. Not like Abdullah. You didn't see Abdullah try to approach one broad in this whole movie. And they was there. They had a whole hooker in the movie. Abdullah was not concerned with none of that. And the whole time he trying to put everybody up on game. And you can't say Mr. B is a warmongering bigot, but you know he is. Because a couple times throughout the film, he let it be known. And the way he did it, he knew that those workers of his was going to protect him and protect his son, as they did. And Abdullah just felt so betrayed that the only way he could redeem himself or vindicate the situation was for him to take his money. Because he knew at the end of the day, that's all Mr. B actually cared about. He cared about his money. And you see it throughout the film. He on the phone arguing with his wife about stuff that she want to buy because she want to spend the money. The warmongering bigot got enough money to take care of everybody and doesn't treat his workers great because the money is coming from their labor. So that movie Car Wash is deeper than you think. Everything is funny, hee hee ha ha, but the elements of the film is there for your mind to absorb. And once your brain absorbs something, even if it's in the back of your mind, even if it's in your subconscious, you cannot unsee what you saw. And it may take you a while to break them things down, but that's what your brain is doing while you sleep. It's breaking things down. Check out some of your dreams and tell me if it's based on something you saw. But it got a little bit deeper for you than it did for the person in the film. And before I get out of here, last but not least, we got to do our usual segment. Want to see it? Here it go. Folks, Jimmy the Weasel is at it again. And for the third time this week, he has been a lying weasel. That's right. Jimmy the Weasel is playing with people's money and lying under his teeth. And to my surprise, the possum and the jackal were not involved, but I'm not so sure. I'm not convinced that the possum or the jackal ain't got something to do with Jimmy the Weasel's new treachery. And if I bet my house on it, I would say that if they didn't help, they know about it because they acting real funny. See, that's another thing. That's another thing. They acting real funny. Every time I come around and the possum was avoiding me today. I saw the possum avoid me today, and the jackal wasn't close looking, but she was looking from afar, and I know they know where my money is. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy the Weasel, if you think that I ain't got somebody on the case, you got another thing coming. Yeah, I've been talking to people for the last few days, Jimmy, And I've been telling them what you've been doing, and they looking at me like, that don't make no sense. Shout out to my girl, Charmaine. Shout out to my girl, Peaches. Peaches was like, Miss that that don't make no sense. She told me, you better call this number. And you think I didn't? I sure did call him. And then I got a call from old boy. Old boy, he tried to make sure, because old boy, he low-key don't like me neither. But he ain't as bad as Jimmy the Weasel. So he not doing nothing directly to affect what I got going on. But if he could have it his way, things that happen to me and he'd get a good laugh out of it. So Jimmy the Weasel, just know that I got somebody on the case, and we not gonna stop until we learn the truth about this situation. You dig? Because you know I need my money, and you messing with my money. Got time playing with you. I'm gonna call Abdullah, and that's who I'm calling next. Next, me and Abdullah gonna pop up and slide and see what's to that bread.